This is Julia James Davis, and welcome to The War on Beauty. Do you think that this is progress? How do you know whether a piece of art is good or bad? Quite simply, it's whether you have to explain it to someone or not. And yes, there is objectively good and objectively bad art. Beauty is not subjective. Every single person can recognize real beauty when they see it, whether that be an ancient Chinese pagoda or the Grand Canyon or an old amazing altarpiece in a cathedral. What makes it good is that it doesn't have to be explained. You can be anyone from anywhere with any education, and you see objective value in those things of true beauty. Modern art is devoid of all meaning and true beauty because the only meaning that it has is conceptual. It's derivative of hundreds of years of art history conceptualized into nothingness, into non-figurative whiteness, which literally nobody gets or understands except a small group of people with PhDs. Which is why a majority of people now enter a museum and they see a de Kooning or a Pollock and they say, I don't get that, or I could do that myself. And it's true, there's nothing to get and you could do it yourself. It's not progress. This is regress. And yes, there is still figurative art being made nowadays. Not everything is like a banana taped to a wall or air that's sold for $1 million because you get to project your own sculpture onto the air you just bought. There are figurative artworks being made now, but from what I can tell and see, all the figuration that's happening always has some weird twist to it that makes it unsettling or off in some kind of way. Nothing is just normal or beautiful. The art that we have and are making in our society now is just a reflection of the anti-humanism of our society. We have moved away as a culture from human beings or nature depicted, and ultimately we have completely moved away from story. Art has become sterile and uncomfortable because at its core it is anti-human. And humans don't resonate with anti-human things. So it's no wonder that we look at a white canvas that's worth so much money hanging in a prestigious art museum and we're like, I don't get it, I don't like it. Well, you're not supposed to. It's not natural that you would like it. And to go further, this new art is anti-God. Because when something is anti-human, it is also anti-nature, which are the two things that are God's creation, humans and nature and this whole world and everything that's in it. Things that are objectively beautiful that all human beings can recognize point to God, and therefore they explain themselves. And this completely transcends style, era, time period, education, language, geographic barriers, anything. It's that any human being can look at it regardless of who they are, how much money they have or don't have, how much education they have or don't have. They look at it and they're like, wow, that is beautiful and that has intrinsic value. And it from there moves them. That is what makes a good work of art. And so in conclusion, it would just be really great now, if not completely revolutionary, that somebody made art that was just objectively beautiful and pleasing. I think that not enough people are making beautiful art now, and of course there are a few exceptions. However, this is more of the rule, that everything is sterile, anti-human, and completely minimalist. I think it's really just a sign of how our society is regressing. And there is, because of that, a startling lack of beauty now. A good culture produces good fruit. And we can look around now, especially at the art that we're making, and see that these are not particularly good fruits. So we need to go back to having faith in something higher than ourselves and wanting to make the world around us a better and more beautiful place through art, through paintings, through music, through buildings. All these things really, really matter, and they build up the world around us and they leave our world a better place for future generations. Look at the Sistine Chapel, look at the Cologne Cathedral, so many beautiful buildings and artworks that hundreds and hundreds of years later, we are still being moved by, that we are still partaking in the goodness that that beauty left behind. So let's bring back more beauty, and yes, there is objective beauty. Thank you so much for watching, and I would love for you to comment down below, what is the most beautiful artwork that you've ever seen? What's your favorite piece of art or building, whatever it is, that you just love so much? I would just love to know that. So just comment that down below, and don't forget to follow, like, subscribe. I have videos coming out all the time just along these lines. So I will see you in the next video.